this video, we're going to look at 3+2 programming in HSMWorks. I say 3+2 because we're just using the rotary axes to position the part. Now HSMWorks does fully support 5-axis cutting, but the reality is over 90% of 5-axis machining done in North America today is really just 3+2 positioning. So we're going to focus on that for this video. When we're programming in HSMWorks, we can either program in part mode or assembly mode. In this video, we're going to program in assembly mode because I've already created a template assembly for programming parts like this. In my assembly, I have a dovetail fixture to hold onto the part, as well as a stock body saved as a virtual component. So I can use this template, drop in my new part, adjust the stock size with the confidence of knowing that other assemblies aren't referencing this same stock body. With that said, let's go ahead and insert our part. I'm going to just drop the part in the graphics area and then use mates to center the part within my stock. The best mate to center one part within another is a width mate, and that's found within the Advanced Mates dropdown. I can select width and start by selecting two symmetrical entities on one of my parts. In this case, that's going to be the two outside faces of the part. The next thing we need to do is select two symmetrical faces or entities on the stock. So we'll go to tab selections, and because this stock is transparent, I'm going to hold shift down to get that outside face. You can spin around and pick the other outside face. So we can see what that's done is centered the part within our stock. We'll add this mate, and then we can do the same thing to center it the other way. A little trick for using the width mate though is we can actually use a cylindrical surface as well. So for the width selections, I'm going to pick the other outside faces of my stock. And then for my tab, I'll select the cylindrical bore of the part, and we can see that also centers that cylindrical bore within the outside faces of the stock. We can hit OK, and the last thing I'm going to do is set the part down inside of my stock. So between those two top faces, I want to add a distance. I'll flip the dimension so it's inside of the stock, and just bury that inside of my stock body by 40 thousandths of an inch. So very quickly, I've inserted my part within the stock, and because I've created this assembly ahead of time, I already know where the center point of rotation is in relationship to my part. And it's time to start programming the part. So we're going to move to the CAM tab, and note that the other thing I created in my assembly template was a job that's already got the fixturing set up in it. So let's right click and select Edit. Here in the job we can see the only thing that still needs to be defined is the workpiece we're cutting because we just inserted that workpiece into our assembly. So let's go ahead and select the workpiece and just quickly browse over what's already been defined. The solid body of the stock that I'd created is already defined, as are the fixturing components of the dovetail fixture and the datum at the center of rotation of the machine. Additionally, we've defined the machine that we're going to be using so that we can run full machine simulation. With the job set up, let's go ahead and click OK.